Are you a coach who's tired of drowning in complex marketing strategies? Welcome to Simple Client Attraction for Coaches, the bite-sized podcast that transforms how women coaches attract their ideal clients without the complicated systems or endless marketing tasks. I'm your host, Sandra Fidelis, and each episode I bring you straight talking conversations with successful coaches and industry experts who share their most effective and simple client attraction strategies. Subscribe now and discover how to fill your practice with dream clients in less time than it takes to enjoy your morning coffee. And today we have Christina Kokologiannakis, who is a high-ticket sales coach and lifelong entrepreneur who's closed over 92 million in sales over the past 8 years. With over 2 decades of experience, and after coaching thousands of entrepreneurs, she's mastered what works, what doesn't, and what most women aren't being told about scaling at the highest level. She shares what she learned, what she's learning now, and what actually works without the fluff, the noise, or the pretense. She's the creator of Effortless Empire Framework, the foundation of her private society, and the House of Corteza. This isn't another mastermind. It's a strategic ecosystem for women who've outgrown traditional spaces and are ready to rise in the ranks of their next level. This is the woman you need to follow when you're done playing small and ready to build something that lasts. And today, Christina is going to speak to us about why smart women still struggle with high-ticket sales and how to build a brand that sells for you. Welcome, Christina.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
So can you share a bit about why you feel so many capable, experienced women still struggle with making consistent high-ticket sales, or why some of them don't even move into it?
Yes, and this is a hard one. And I have to share, I want to step back a little because I struggled with this too, right? So I have another very successful business that I run. And when I first got into that one, I said I wanted high ticket sales. I was going to do it. I saw the path. And there was so much mindset issues. There were so many things holding me back that what happened is I was actually saying, I'm going to do it. And then I had fear and never did it. And it was like, how do I break in? I'll get more coaching. I'll get more training. I'll get more help. And I never broke in. And then one day it was like a switch just flicked on. And I was like, I just have to do it. I like literally just have to do it. And when I made my first $3 million sale, I was like, oh, like, okay, like I could do this. Like I'm working on it. So and then the other business is a little different on the sales side, right? Than we are here on the online space. But even on a high ticket sale for the online space, a lot of times we are struggling internally to value ourselves and the perception that we have of ourselves. So if we are looking at ourselves and saying like, man, like no one's going to pay $120 for this like 8 weeks live coaching thing I'm doing, I'm not going to charge that. Where it's like, I know people who are doing $3,000, $4,000 for the same product. It's how we perceive ourselves. It's how we value ourselves. And do we think and do we feel confident enough to actually do it? So a lot of women are struggling to break in because they lack the confidence. They lack the insight to do it. And to be honest, the space to actually do it, right? A lot of times we get into these coaching programs, and I've been in them too, where they're like, no, you can't do that. Like I wanted to start my online journey 4 years ago. And I literally had a coach who was like, no, you don't have a following. You don't have people. Why would you start it? And I literally listened and I didn't
So
do
you
it.
started after the pandemic.
So I started
Like you
after the
went
pandemic.
online.
Yes. Yes. So online, I've been doing it I've been coaching one-to-one for a few years already, but in the online space, I've been here for about 18 months and I've grown rapidly.
Wow.
Yes.
Look at you. Okay. So what would you say has been the biggest, like what do you attribute this rapid growth to? You know, like especially with the naysayers, like you shouldn't be doing this, you should be doing it my way. Like what do you think has led you to grow so quickly?
Confidence. Right. And what my husband, it's hard. I love my husband, but a lot of times he'll be like, your ego is huge. I don't really have a big ego. Like I'm not the type of person to be like, you sit down, whatever, like I'm the boss. But when it comes to what I say and what I do, I have to have confidence in it. So when I jumped into the space, I listened to everybody and I felt like it was so noisy. I'm like, this person says this person says this person says this. Like, what do I do? And I'm a different person. So I sell high ticket, but I'm all about my lazy principle and I'm all about effortless. So I
Yeah.
wanted to do high ticket. I wanted to build something where I wasn't constantly launching every week, which I started doing every month launching. And then it was every other month. And I was there going, I'm tired. Like, this is exhausting doing this. And I was spending a lot of money doing it. And I wasn't making the money that I thought based on what I was spending. And then I realized I was like, no, I need to do it my way. My way is the lazy way. My way is being very strategic, very honed in, very clear on what I'm saying, what I'm doing, who I'm targeting, and then building out something. And that's why what I've been creating is more of a way that it's an effortless way of building an empire, right? So
Hmm.
it's really just getting in and being super clear on what you want, having the confidence and going after it, right? You have to listen to people. I believe in coaching. I have coaches. I love them,
Yeah.
right? I'm a coach myself, but you can't take it face value and say, oh, this person said this. This is the only thing for me to do. It's like, well, if it
Hmm.
doesn't feel right and it doesn't align with you, you're not going to stay consistent and you're not going to find
And it's not
success.
going to work for you.
Yeah, it's not going
Exactly.
to work. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. What do you consider? Because I know that a lot of people have different definitions for high ticket. So what is high ticket to you?
Well, I right now the way I look at it is same as like the industry, right? So 3,000 and up starts the high ticket
Hmm.
level. But the way I see it really is when you start getting into that $10,000 mark and higher. But it's not just high ticket sales. It's like the effortless high ticket sale. So if you're trying to make a sale and it's taking you months and months to make a $30,000 sale, you can't just say, oh, I got a $30,000 sale. It took me like a day. If it took you 3 months to get there, you have to count that time and say, did I
Hmm.
make any money on that? It took me 3 months to close one. So then the way I look at it is I say, okay, the time that I'm putting in, my time pool that I have, and I look at that and I say, how much time and effort did it take me to get that one sale? Was it worth it? Can I
Hmm.
streamline it? Can I make it better? Right. So you can go higher in price, but I start small and I say, this is how I teach it. Start smaller. Get a $3,000 one. Just start.
Hmm.
Refine that system. So instead of like hunting and hunting and hunting and hunting, finally you got one. It's like, oh, it just came. It just came. It just came. And they're easy. And then it's like, okay, that was easy. So guess what? Now I'm going to go to 5,000. And I'm going to work that
Hmm.
5,000 until it gets easier.
I love
And
it.
when that gets
Yeah.
easier, you go a little higher. It's like putting in the reps and learning it because you can jump in and say, I've had people jump in and be like, I want to do a $30,000 package. I'm like, that's fantastic. And I never discourage anyone from it. I go, but have you sold anything like this? What was your last one? Well, $200. I go, okay, you're going from $200 to 30,000. We can do it. But there's
Yeah.
definitely we gotta work on that. We gotta build the system. We gotta make sure it can sell. So maybe we start a little smaller and we build up and we work it. So that's the way I look at high
Mhm.
ticket. So it's a range, and I give
Right.
kudos to the people. I have someone that I know, and she charges $1,000, or I'm sorry, $100,000 a year. Okay, she gives you about 15 to 20 hours a year of time.
Uh-huh. An
And
hour
she
about.
sold out like hours, yeah, right? And she's
Uh-huh.
sold out. And I'm seeing here like she's making millions of dollars and she's not adding more value, like she's not adding more things to it. The value is her. So the
Right.
people are
It's
paying
what
her.
she believes it's
Yes.
worth, right? And
Yes.
therefore she can sell it.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you having been successful in another company or in another business that it was much easier for you to make the transition and be successful in this one?
It was because I learned a lot. So here
Mhm.
in my other business, my first 2 years, I struggled to make any money. Like I struggled. My third year, I was like, I'm going to stop listening to everybody and do it my own way. And I made over $500,000 just in my third year. Right. And now I
Mhm.
have the system so refined that year after year, I make over $500,000 almost effortlessly. I spend about 15 hours a week in that business and it just works. So I'm like, okay, great. Like that's cool. However, coming into a completely different industry, the online space, it is different. So I've done
Yeah.
exceptionally well in the eyes of a lot of people, but in my eyes, I'm like, I'm not doing as good as I want. But
Right.
like that's my big ego. That's my power behind me who's like, I was meant for so much more. I was meant for something. Like I know that I'm supposed to get here. I know where I want to be. And then I kind of like thought, because here's the thing, if you have a successful business in the beginning and you're coming into something new after having experience, you're kind of like, oh, it'll be easy. I already know what I'm doing. I'm just going to jump in. And I jumped in and I was like, oh man, I'm not making what I thought. Like I'm not doing what I
Right.
thought because online is different. Online
Yeah.
is really like you have to figure out the clarity. Like you have to be so clear on what you're talking about so that when you're talking, everyone listens. And that's where I think a lot of entrepreneurs are struggling. And then from there, you have to have confidence. So when you
Okay.
speak, your branding, your messaging, it has to be with confidence. Someone doesn't want to hear like, well, you could do this, you would do this. It's the words we use. We have too much fluff. And when there's too much fluff in the words, people, when they're reading, they don't realize it. When they're reading it, every word matters. And they feel like, oh, well, it's okay, but I don't really think it's worth it. But if you have really clear, bold words that are confident based, people come in and they're
Mhm.
like, oh, I'll do it. So I had to kind of learn. It was a little bit of shift, but I'm exploding and it's going, and I'm excited about the path I'm on.
That is excellent. I love hearing that. And we over here at Simple Client Attraction for Coaches are all about the simplicity and all about the ease. So I love that you talk about that as being part of, selling these higher ticket offers and not really killing yourself to do it,
Yeah. And
right?
and that's what I love about you too. It's like you can't make it so hard. Like I hear people constantly, they're talking to me or I'm in groups and they're talking and they're like, I'm burnt out, I'm overwhelmed. And I'm like, so what did you do? They're like, I launched. I'm like 10
Right,
times? And they're like, I launched once. I'm like, whoa, like if we're burning out already, we have a problem, right?
right.
Because
Mhm.
business is, I think a lot of people see success as like this easy thing to get to. Being an entrepreneur is hard. There is nothing that's just easy. You can win the lottery. I guess that's your easy way if you want to look at it. But how much time do you take to win that lottery? Like a lifetime.
Right.
But like in a business, we get to build it. We get to build it our way. We get to refine it. We get to do it the way we want. I get to spend time with my four kids when I want to spend it, right? I get to book my calendar the way I want to book it, but I work hard. And I know you
Right.
work hard. And a lot of people see these entrepreneurs that are super successful and they think, oh, I'm just going to get there in a blink of an eye. Like, I'm just going to do a little work and it
Mhm.
comes. Unfortunately, we have time and we have to use time with us or it's used against us. So I teach my clients how to use time with you to grow at an exponential pace. So you're building that empire, leaving that legacy. You have more money to live the lifestyle that you want, whatever that is, and you go enjoy life, right? It's about building the business with your life, not just scaling and saying, I want to get to that $7 million today. It's like, yeah, but what about all the moments you missed in between that? Ask the people who've gotten there.
Absolutely.
They've missed a lot if they weren't careful, right?
Right.
Jenna Kutcher's a big one. She talks now. She's like, my business, I really wanted to just be consistent. I don't want to change my products. I don't want to change my things. I want to enjoy my kids, my family. She makes sourdough bread. Like she does all this stuff. It's like, she's like, I just want to enjoy life. And I think what happens is we build so fast, we forget that. So I teach my clients, it's about being effortless. And the reason I'm all about the lazy principle, all about the effortless empire is because you should enjoy life along the way. And that's so important.
Absolutely. Beautiful. I know that you have something to share with us. You have a little freebie that you're going to give to everyone. Can you share that, please?
Yeah. So I create a really cool self audit. So this is for the woman who is like, am I playing small? I don't know, right? How am I playing? So this self audit is all about a cool little check sheet, and you put your numbers in. It's kind of like a little quiz if you want to look at it that way. And it tells you, it's like, are you playing small? So you go through the questions, you rate your numbers, and then you see your score. And then you get to see, like, are you just kind of starting to get your legs of confidence? Do you have some like good confidence and you're going? Or are you that powerhouse where you're like, yes, I'm doing this, I'm ready to build something huge? And I think just getting this little identity will spark so many of your listeners because you just need to realize that you're playing small. and that you're in the wrong rooms and you need a place where you can actually grow and expand, where other people are growing and expanding with you, that's what's going to change it for you. When you start realizing you don't have to follow everyone else's rules, you make your own rules because you're building your own empire. So I have that for all your listeners. I know you'll put the link in there, but it's ChristinaKokologiannakis.com/HOC-self-audit. So we'll give that to you guys and they can download it and get started on it.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Can you share one short, quick little nugget for everyone that you would like for them to take away?
I think the biggest thing is clarity. You have to have clarity in what you're doing above all else, because that clarity shows through your messaging. It shows through your offers. It shows through the path that you're building. And if you're not super, super clear on what you're selling, the transformation you want to give, you're cloudy throughout everything. So just get the most clarity you can so you can move through everything else with ease.
Thank you so much, Christina. I'd love to have you back.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Simple Client Attraction for Coaches. I hope today's bite-sized strategies have given you practical ideas you can implement right away in your coaching business. If you'd like to watch the video of our interview, then head on over to simpleclientattractionforcoaches.com. It's the name of the podcast.com. Did you find value in today's episode? If so, please share it with other coaches in your network who could benefit from these straightforward, bite-sized strategies. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us. Until next time, remember, client attraction doesn't have to be complicated. Small, consistent actions can lead to remarkable results. I'll see you in our next episode with more simple strategies to help your coaching business thrive.